Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, aunties and aunts and everybody else? I appreciate you coming by. Thanks for coming through for another episode of RAERAEs Review, where I'm going to be talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's season 5, episode 13. Oh, we almost done. We just moving right along, huh? How y'all like the show? Did you watch it, or you just here to hear me talk about the show? I appreciate you. So listen, I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate all the love. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share. And liking and share gets me in all the other places and spaces that I'm not normally in, so I can attract some more folks and to come through over here. And I appreciate all the effort that you give for me. Thank you so much again. Now, this episode, child, it was a lot. I already said Angie K is not my favorite, and she proved it again. Yeah. Okay, so pretty much it starts off with Meredith explaining throwing Angie out of her bat mitzvah. How Angie and Britani were going back and forth. Brooks came to Meredith and said, you need to come over here and see what's going on with Britani. Britani telling Meredith what's going on. And that was it. I mean, no matter, in my opinion, now, of course, I saw what happened prior to Britani, spilling her heart out to Meredith. No matter what all of that transpired, Angie was acting a straight butthole. She's always trying to, make sure she can stay on the show. All of her conversations are for TV, even though she may, be a little genuine. I believe the more percentage of what she's doing and saying is so that she can, stay on television. I believe she just wants the limelight. She likes the attention. Perhaps she's not getting that at home. I'm just saying, most times when adult folks act out, it's because they're missing something out of their life. Again, I ain't no therapist. I ain't no doctor. But, Ray has lived, okay? I've been up and through all my travels. I have experienced and seen and heard. And, it's just kind of textbook, if you ask me. However, Meredith was justified. It was her bat mitzvah. The fact that these things are going on, she had every right to throw out folks whom she thought was, a nuisance to the event. And I don't blame her. Next, we see Angie pretty much talking with Sean and lying to him about what exactly transpired. And of course, she's not going to tell the truth. She's just not, realizing her actions were deplorable. Just always harping on the fact that she was thrown out of an event that she was so graciously, girl, listen, you was acting a bud white. And that's that on that. Now, I know I don't like the woman, but I'm being honest. It is what it is. Now, of course, she had every right to have conversations with Bronwyn, conversations with Britani, but how she did Britani at that thing was just ridiculous. Okay, fine. Britani did reference Angie as a slut. However, Angie did not have to, talk about her like that at that time. She could have held that for later. You know what I'm saying? If she was really there for Meredith and all of the blessings and the church and the spirituality, well, none of that was spiritual. Just saying. Just saying. So Meredith didn't want to hear what Sean had to say. She was just like, y'all got to go. He's guilty by association. Plus, he never apologized for him trying to say she was using her son as a scapegoat or weaponizing her son's LG letterfolk status, whatever it is, girl. I don't know which one it is. However, the whole issue is people aren't holding themselves accountable. They're just, buying time and just trying to make good TV. Anywho, so Mary comes to visit Angie, and this was touching. And what was funny before it was touching is, she was knocking. It's cold outside. Hey, people don't want to be standing outside waiting this cold. If you're expecting somebody to come over, then you need to be ready. And if you're not ready, at least let them in while you're still getting ready. Give them something to drink, turn TV on, do something. Anyway, Mary just let herself in for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe. And Angie's setting up. She's bringing flowers out from behind or wherever she's coming from. And she finally notices Mary sitting there, and she gets a little startled. Talking about, oh, I was still setting up for you. Well, Mary was at the door. Heifer. Anyway, so they finally have a sit down. They pull out the champagne. And again, don't nobody know how to open up a bottle of champagne. Production rolled back the tape. And just prior to them being together, when they were at Mary's house, they was trying to open up a bottle of champagne. I'm like, y'all need to practice. Better yet, have Sean open it. Since he's so strong and carrying on, and just leave it in the fridge, child. I don't know, but all I know is I'm sick and tired of folks acting like they can't open up something. So they finally opened it up, child. And then Mary spills, why she's been upset. And she lets Angie know about her son, Robert. And like she said to him, you're not a stain. You're what I wanted. You're what I prayed for. You're what I live for. And, Angie mentioned, going through with her mother, similarly how Mary's going through with her son. She gave some great advice, some sound advice, and she showed that she was genuine. I like that part, and I'm sure she wasn't doing that for TV. But yeah, I appreciated that. Maybe that's why Mary, went to her with it, knowing that Angie's mom, went through substance abuse also. That was pretty cool. Next, we see the ladies getting ready for Puerta Vallarta. Not Puerta Vallarta, not Porta. Like I said in my review for NYC, we have to sometimes just adapt to the language. It's Puerta, Puerta, not Porta. Puerta Vallarta. Yes. Say it again. Say it with me. Puerta Vallarta. V-A. The LL is a Y sound. Just FYI if you didn't know. Not Puerta Vallarta. Anywho, so they're all getting ready for Puerta Vallarta. Bronwyn, they arrive at the airport, and Bronwyn lets them know that she was bit by a dog at the dog park, and her leg and arm was all tore up. Child, she had stitches and everything. She said she pulled them out right before she came. I'm like, oh my God, how long? I thought stitches stay in for good 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Oh, the lawsuit, child. What's going on with that? Let's talk about that, Bronwyn, at the next. Oh no. See, is that an open carry state? No shame, but if I'm holding and y'all going to the pet cemetery with yours, that's all I gotta say. Y'all going to the pet cemetery with y'all, because the way she described it, it's like, okay, she was attacked, and that's not cute. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, of course, I'm glad she's okay. That's my girl. I'm Team Brown. I'm still Team Brown. I don't care what nobody say. I'm Team Brown. Poor thing. How devastating. Ooh, the pain, child. Oh, The horror, I can imagine. Anywho, so they arrive. There's 2 villas. Now this is villa, not villas. It's okay to say villas. Anyway, casitas, whatever. Anyway, so the way the ladies were divided was a strategy that Lisa picked out because so and so's not getting, not getting along with so and so is getting along with so and so. She divided it up, and Bronwyn didn't like it because Bronwyn expected to be in the villa with Lisa, the friend that she's known the longest, of course, but the way it was divided and pretty much, in my opinion, the way it was divided is so that Lisa doesn't have to be in the same close proximity to Whitney. And at this point, the way it was divided, the best thing to do was for Whitney to be over there and what's her name? Angie, who gets along with Whitney, to be over there, along with Bronwyn to be over there. So, they over there, and Meredith and what's her name? Meredith and Britani and Heather is with Lisa. Mary's coming, so she'll be again over there with Whitney and Angie and Bronwyn, whom Mary gets along with. So it was just kind of weird. But anyway, Bronwyn was a little ticked off because she was over there and not with Lisa. And they had it out, child. They had a cute little conversation before they left on the walk over to where they were about to eat. During the time that they was eating, I'm like, dang, Bronwyn really. But anyway, Bronwyn, pretty much says she sees it as a way for Lisa, as a way to beg for Lisa's friendship, according to Bronwyn. Like, it's just, in a way, Bronwyn, and I'm gonna say this, girl, I got your back, but I don't see it that way. I just think Lisa don't want to be around Whitney, and the fact that she just wants you over there, trying to make friends or whatnot. But it's weird because she put Bronwyn with people whom she doesn't get along with. But I don't think that Lisa wants Bronwyn to beg for her forgiveness or beg to be her friend or whatever. I just really don't understand why she put Bronwyn over there. Again, I agree with Bronwyn. She should have been in the same villa with what's her name? With Lisa, and perhaps put Heather on the other side if Lisa didn't want Britani over there with Angie yelling and screaming and carrying on. I don't know. Maybe it's because Heather didn't want Bronwyn with her. I don't know. All I know is I agree with Bronwyn. Bronwyn should have been with Lisa, and Lisa should just sorted it all out and made it what it was. So it really could have been Bronwyn with Lisa and Meredith, and the fourth person could have been anybody but Whitney and Angie and Britani. I'm just saying. Anywho, like I said, Bronwyn wasn't feeling it. She was like, I'm cool. I just don't. And pretty much Bronwyn went to Whitney and Angie, the people whom she's not really getting along with, but trying to figure out what's going on. And she complained to them, talked with them. I'm like, girl, if you don't really like them, why are you talking to them like that? Telling them how you feel about Lisa doing this, that, and the third. I don't know. I guess she's just trying to make conversation, child. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so they going to dinner and everything, and it was just kind of weird. Britani made another doggone announcement, child, talking about how her daughter came over, talked and spent the night, had a good time. It was a big deal because her daughter wasn't talking to her. I think we realized that in the first couple of episodes. And then Britani went ahead and said, because now this daughter's from her first marriage. So during her second marriage, some things went on that she didn't explain, which was the reason why her daughter wasn't speaking to her. What in the world could that be from? Oh, really? Now that's something that needs to be broken down and found out, because you can't just say your daughter was mad at you for what happened in your second marriage, and that wasn't even her father. That was the marriage after. So what's going on, Brittany? What's going on? You got a lot of skeletons. Anyway, so again, Lisa explains her position when Bronwyn confronts about the room assignment. Like I mentioned before, the reasons why Lisa was, sorting people out. And Brittany chimes in, and Bronwyn quickly chimed her right back out. Lisa says Bronwyn is making something out of nothing. I don't think so. And then, but then, trying to use the dog bites as a secondary reason as to why, she should be over there with, what's her name? With Lisa. That may not have helped. Semicolon, however, comma. The sympathy vote usually works. I'm just saying, but it didn't work this time, Brown. Sorry, boo. Sorry. So pretty much more so at dinner, Meredith gifted Angie the gift that Angie gave her at the bat mitzvah, but she had it in her son's merch bag. And Angie pretty much got mad. And then again, Brittany chimed in. And then that's what made Angie more mad. And then Angie threw the bag of stuff at Brittany. What the bag consisted of were 2 large containers, one of shampoo, one of conditioner, which Meredith said to her kids in a previous montage by production. She looked at it and noticed that it had sulfate in it, but because Meredith has keratin in her hair, she can't use sulfate. And it's surprising because Angie said, I gave her these products, and because of my 20 plus year profession, I know what I'm talking about. Well, apparently you don't, Angie K. Because like Meredith said, if you knew anything about hair, you would know that sulfate does not go in keratin, in hair that has keratin in it. So who's the professional now, Heffa? Anywho, like I said, Angie threw that bag and they were big, humongous, probably 20 to probably 30 to 40 ounce bottles each, on top of a, what do you call it, like a journal that she gave Meredith, and just threw it at Brittany. It all fell out. Brittany complained again, pretty much just like, oh, okay, Angie, that's just really, classless and everything. Angie sat there and lied and said, I didn't throw it at you. I tossed it or I gave it to you. I didn't know that the bag was upside down. Well, production replayed it, and I replayed it too. The bag was not upside down. You threw it at her with the handles up, but because the stuff fell out, it wasn't secure. It was like an open canvas bag, really light canvas type of material, nothing heavy that would secure what was in the bag not to fall out. Girl, listen, you don't throw nothing at me, just like spitting and carrying on. The table almost broke, glass flying everywhere, and silverware shattering, and so it was just ridiculous. I would have threw it right back at her, one by one. Sorry, but not sorry. Anywho, Meredith pretty much just said, listen, Angie, why did you show up to the bat mitzvah with everything going on between us? Angie pretty much wanted to show, that she wanted to move forward, and then quickly went into, but we were kicked out and did it. No. Stick to the question. But again, she's always trying to make a moment, like her throwing that stuff at Brittany and just automatically bringing up the fact that she was thrown out. But why not say, I'm sorry for causing a scene at the bat mitzvah? How about that? I'm sorry for, my part in the arguments that I was involved in at your bat mitzvah. How about doing that, Angie? I'm just saying. Now that would have sounded a lot better response than, hello, I'm just saying. It would have sounded a lot better as a response versus, well, I was there to move forward, but I was kicked out. No. What happened between there is the issue. Like I'm saying, it was just very, very ridiculous. Now, out the blue, Bronwyn starts to outline the slut comment, because that was pretty much the point of contention as to why Britani and Angie were going back and forth currently, and why Angie threw that bag at her with the product in it and the journal. Pretty much as the story went, when they were outside getting, waiting for folks to show up to the bat mitzvah, they were out there drinking, talking, making small talk. And, it was brought to the attention that what Angie said about Britani, then Britani said, well, if she thinks I'm a slut, then maybe that's what she's doing, because I'm not. And then that information was delivered to Angie by Bronwyn. And then Angie approached Britani with it, and then, read Britani for Phil for this real mean girl style. And that would cause her to cry, which caused Brooks to go get his mom. And so Meredith was like, listen, I heard all of this. Maybe I didn't have all of it at the time, but it was still, uncalled for. And I apologize for how things went down. And that was pretty cool. But what was crazy is, no, Angie did apologize too. Let me put that in there. But what was crazy is Heather insinuates that Britani is sleeping around because of what Angie said. Angie said, you're doing 3. Now, this is what Angie said, and Angie pretty much lied and said I never said that. Semantics, effing, fucking, and doing are the same thing. When you say doing 3 guys, that's your way of not saying fucking. And Angie said that at the Audrey Hepburn party at Mary's. She said it in other spaces too. And that's what the issue is. And pretty much Heather pretty much co-signed it. Like, what's really going on? And I'm like, hello? And Britani was just like, I'm not sleeping with any of these people. And now they're saying because she was gifted some crotchless panties by Jared, that she obviously is, because Brown was clowning. She was like, well, ain't nobody gifting me crotchless panties, and we ain't doing it. So I'm just going to say that right here and right now. And then Brown was just giving Britani the BLUES. So we know they can't be in the same village, y'all. Then the next thing was about the verbiage that Britani was using. Britani said, well, we are a sex-forward society. And Brown was sipping her drink, telling Heather, girl, does she mean sex positive? just clowning. But anyway, that was pretty much it, y'all. It ended on a somewhat of a better note, because Meredith and Angie, said, let's just keep it here. Angie initiated that first, just to be honest. And pretty much Meredith co-signed it, that they're just going to rest right here and not have any more issues at this point in time. They just want to keep it cordial, keep it nice, and have a great time moving forward. And that's where it ended. And that was it for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 5, episode 13, child. But next episode, ooh, business as usual. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. All day.